Hey y'all, what's up? Hey guys, what's up? Your girl's back at it again. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Get Since 92, giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on music, entertainment news, and inspirational advice by me, the Queen. I'm back at it again as always, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Artist Diaries. And this right here is going to get real nitty gritty. I'm going to be blunt, and I will stay calm and I will stay fair. And I know because I have supported this artist since day one. I grew up with this artist since day one, and she is Ciara. So, the Diary of Ciara. As a Ciara fan, I have to be honest. I'm proud of Ciara, and I say this because I have watched Ciara grow as an artist. I have seen Ciara, be resilient in her music career. And, with a talent like Ciara, Ciara pretty much nowadays, she have always been Ciara. And I know that as a fan, I have dealt with haters, I have dealt with trolls. But my dedication as a fan and being a real fan for Ciara, and like I said, I'm speaking for the Ciara fans, including myself, that have been there for Ciara since day one. Ciara has some really loyal, supportive fans. She has the fans that, throughout thick and thin, we have been there for her in her music career since day one. Ciara came onto the scene in 2004, and the rest was history. Ciara, she came in the music business with a new sound. She brought like that vibe, that sassiness, that girl next door appeal. She really became like a force to be reckoned with, really, because there have been plenty of other artists before Ciara, female artists before Ciara, that had that as well. When Ciara came out, and like I said, she came out with her debut album Goodies that came out in 2004. I remember back down memory lane, I was in the 6th grade, and I was in my 6th grade graduation, right? And I heard the song Goodies, and I was like, who is this chick? Because I was really, at the time, I didn't know who she was. I just heard the song Goodies, my goodies, my goodies, my goodies, not my goodies. And then flash forward, okay, around that summer, I saw her video for Goodies, and the way how this girl was dancing, doing the Matrix, doing these moves that I can't do, I will never do, because my black ass, I will end up hurting myself and taking myself to the emergency room. But Ciara came with a lot of raw, the edge, the spiciness of like street dancing and natural dancing and choreography. And Ciara pretty much, she gained her fan base by her music and herself. And really, it's like she pretty much, her influences in dancing have always been Michael and Janet, and you see the combination in both of those artists in Ciara. So Ciara pretty much brought like a new sound, new wave of music, and this was like in the early 2000s, like 2004, like probably around down to 2010, and I'll get to the nitty gritty later. But Ciara pretty much as people have tried to count this girl out many times, she have always came through with her music. She have always came through with her visuals. Now, I know people have their opinions on Ciara's music nowadays, and they have before, but at the end of the day, Ciara have been that chick, period. When it comes to dancing, Ciara is that chick, period, in dancing. Now, I'm not here to tear down other artists. I don't do that because I support other artists as well. But this is a tribute, a diary for Ciara. So the Artist Diaries is like the series I've started doing to appreciate my favorite artists who I support. So Ciara, I support, period. Whether people like it or not. If you like it, cool. If you don't like it, keep it pushing, because this video is not for you. But I've just seen how, as a fan, like, it's amazing that I look back and I reflect on artists that I've been there for. I have grew up with her ever since I was a child, and Ciara pretty much has blossomed into that artist that now, she has really taken control of her music career, and really she still is relevant today. regardless how many people try to put her down, regardless of how many people have tried calling her flop and saying she wouldn't be relevant years from now and saying nobody wouldn't care about her music. She still is here because she leveled up on y'all hoes. She leveled up on y'all hoes. When y'all mofos are talking all that ish, like Ciara ain't this and that, Ciara leveled the fuck up, whether you people like it or not. Ciara pretty much really had leveled up. She had pretty much like leveled all the way up, okay? And her impact in music is really something to look forward to. It's something to reflect as a fan. And by me supporting Ciara throughout all these years of her career, I have all of Ciara's albums, period. I have seen Ciara in concert, period. And newsflash, people, Ciara will be getting her Beauty Marks tour, which will be coming up this fall, and I will see her again at the Fillmore Silver Spring on September 28th at 8 o'clock. Okay? So yes, I'm a Ciara fan. I'm a hardcore Ciara fan. I'm a real Ciara fan, alright? And I'm not here to brag about me being a Ciara fan, because my thing is, I've noticed that Ciara has grown into her own artist. You know, she has grown into like her own lane of music, her artistry. I'm not here, like I said, to drag people who don't support Ciara and who don't like Ciara. Because as a fan, I understand. I have a backbone. So I know how it is. But also, I take from the fans' perspective, and I do respect the C Squad. Shout outs to y'all. Because now I see that, okay, cool. This is where we're at when it comes to Ciara now as an artist. Ciara has always shown a lot of dedication to putting out her music. And even though Ciara has struggled sometimes to, you know, like maintain her audience, she have always pushed through. She have always became resilient. She have always been like that artist that, you know, being underrated and it's the underdog. She pretty much, like I said, haters, people have really tried to tear this girl down. She's not a girl no more. She's a woman. But I'm just saying slang. You know, they try to really tear her down. And at the time when I was younger, I did not understand why. Why is she getting put down? Why is she getting talked like a dog? Why are people trying to come at her? And really, I have always have said, you know what? I think it's because of that talent that she has and that gift that she has, that people are not used to certain artists having that gift and that talent where they have really showcased to the world, where they have put so much time into their art and where they have put so much time into their artistry. And regardless how people have tried to come for her, saying she wouldn't be this, saying she wouldn't be that, she wouldn't last long, 15 years later, she's still here. She's still making videos. She's still becoming that Ciara that we all grew up and loved. And even with the Level Up video, pretty much, she really, like I said, the visionary behind that video, and how she really, like I said, made it known that this was going to be the video that, you know, people like seeing her grow into an artist and mature. And this song is a really dope record. I have did promotional videos on this record. She has done well with the success of Level Up, which is a platinum hit single for her, okay, of this year. Of this day and age of music, like I said, it's about longevity. Longevity is the key. And Ciara is a perfect example of longevity. It's a perfect example of not giving up on yourself, on your dreams. It's a perfect example of, regardless of what these punk ass haters gotta say about you, you keep going. But that's why I have always been there for Ciara since day one. I have never, ever, like, gave up on Ciara, stopped buying her music. I have been a Ciara fan. So by me saying that all the things I witnessed as a fan, I can say it because I'm a fan. And other fans of Ciara, you know, they know that as well, because we have been there for this woman. And I'm telling y'all can say what y'all want to say about her, but listen, she's still living her best life. She's still making her music. And at the end of the day, you know, like I said, artists like Ciara, we don't get to see them. Pretty much, we don't really get to see them often, because even that charisma of the Michaels and the Janets, she pretty much has the best of both worlds. Even through her music, you listen to Ciara's music, you can hear Michael Jackson and you can hear Jan Jackson. You can hear those up-tempo records, those dance records. You know, she's pretty much in a lane of her own when it comes to like the fiery dance moves, you know, the high energy in your face, the grittiness, the rawness, the sassness. Ciara pretty much, she go off. She goes all the way in for the kill. that's when a lot of times as a Ciara fan, I really saw how her dancing really caught my attention throughout all the years of her career. I have watched her videos, how she just had like that it factor, and just how that high energy dancing in your face, a lot of like that body movement, a lot of like that, flexibility and that versatility that Ciara pretty much, a lot of people have credited this and they've said this. Ciara is one of the best dancers. She is one of the best dancers that we have seen, along with the likes of like Michael and Janet. And I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, and I'm a huge Janet Jackson fan because I grew up with Michael and Janet. So for me to see Michael and Janet during my era, during my heyday, and here goes Ciara, I'm like, okay, this chick, she got something. Okay, this chick, she got something. But see, that's why it's like looking at Ciara, I like how with her, she have always been, herself, regardless of what people have said about her, and tried to tear her down. And no matter what, I can care less about. Like I said, right now, for me, I'm just focusing on being her fan and be a fan. I'm going to keep being a fan. I don't care about that bullshit, that extra bullshit, because I don't have time for it, okay? So I don't have time for this extra stuff about her. Oh, where she's at in her career, getting so worried about these haters talking shit about her. Listen, if you say whatever you say about Ciara, it's not going to keep me from supporting Ciara. It has never, ever kept me from supporting Ciara, okay? And yes, you're going to see me going off. Super Saiyan's going off right now. I'm trying to be calm, but the Super Saiyans, it's, I can't help it. But my thing is, as a Ciara fan, I understand that nowadays this is a new age of music, this is a new day of music, but for Ciara to really go against the grain and make progress in her music and pretty much kept going, that shows how resilient and how humble and how, she's a sweet lady. And I know people have tried, like I said, paint this other dirty picture of her, but like I said, I understand, because people gonna have their opinions. I'm cool with that. But a lot of that ugliness and that ignorance, sometimes the Ciara fan, I'm like, okay, you mad, stay mad, okay, because she gonna keep doing what it do. And really, it's like looking at her now, just look at her, the way how Ciara pretty much have really been, like how it's like an evolution. She have really grew into like her own throughout the years. And I think that when I look at Ciara, I look at Flashback. Okay, even with this era right here, the Ciara self-titled era, where I saw a change in the progression of Ciara becoming more of an artist. Like, okay, I'm at a point where in my music career and my artistry, I want to do something different. I want to push the edge. I want to be able to take, my influences and really put in the work and put it into my music. And see, Ciara is a perfect example of these artists that not only do we don't really get them pretty much, but rarely every blue moon, it's like when she pretty much have been that artist that, in my opinion, have been underrated for so long, and is the underdog. It's because really when we look at different artists nowadays, there are pretty much like talented artists from walks of life, regardless of the gender, regardless of who they are. But when I look at Ciara, I look at her as a real, genuine artist. And I'm not saying that she's a perfect artist. There's no such thing as a perfect artist. There's no such thing as like being perfect. But when we look back at Ciara's catalog, we have looked from her debut album, Goodies, to the second album, The Evolution, to the third album, Fantasy Ride, to the fourth album, Basic Instinct, to the fifth album, self-titled album, Ciara, to the sixth album, Jackie, and now Ciara Beauty Marks. So that's 7 albums that Ciara has put in her music career. 7 albums. And like I said, people really, when they really, to me, I don't really think, and this is my opinion, and for the Ciara fans, you have the right to disagree with me on this. I know that Ciara has been hated on, but I just think it was just like pretty much like the thing to do, the thing to do. It's almost like bullying in a way, because she got bullied on social media and in the music business in a way, because I don't really think people hate Ciara, but I do know how some people do hate Ciara, which like I said, I don't put it past nobody, because I understand. But it's kind of like people really underestimated her, period. You know, she's one of those artists that she's capable of anything and being great. And really what's so sad is that, you know, I've seen artists before Ciara, and I said, you know what, they have went through their ups and downs in the music business. They have seen, you know, they have went through things, and they came back, you know, with a new album, and they you know, really took soaring, you know, and they came back and they had like a comeback album, and they had like, you know, like I said, it just takes time, and every artist is gonna go through their ups and downs. I don't care who you are. When you're going through things in life, okay, you take a break from music, and then you come back, and then you slay again. And this was the case with Ciara. People really thought that Ciara wouldn't be able to make it in the music business, because for whatever reason, it was a lot of this, like I said, stigma about having more than one, you know, female black artist doing music. That really, Ciara pretty much, she was the underdog, and for a pretty long time, where it was like Ciara just has something different and something unique with her music. Yeah, Ciara may not be this kind of certain artist, but that didn't mean that she was less talented. That didn't mean that she was less popular. That didn't mean that she was less even recognizable. And it's so fucking surprising and so ironic that Ciara has achieved so much in her career. You know, she won a Grammy. You know, she sold like what, over 23 million records of her career. You know, album sales and units. She's known like outside of the US and in the US. But see, the thing is, I noticed that as a Ciara fan too, I kind of saw that this was pretty much when Ciara was still struggling in her music career, because I would say after the third album, this when things had started getting rocky for her, when she really struggled with like maintaining her identity as an artist and maintaining her sound as an artist and trying to get people to see her vision. And unfortunately, she struggled with like seeing people how, you know, okay, they had doubted her and was like, well, she really don't have that it factor no more. You know, maybe, you know, her music is not popping like it used to. It wasn't catchy as it used to. So maybe Ciara should like, you know, let go of the music thing. But no, Ciara have always been passionate about music. So I've always, as a fan, I kept it back in the back of my mind that regardless, I was going to support Ciara no matter what. And regardless of any negative thing that has been said about Ciara throughout all these years of her music career, I've said I'm a Ciara fan, and I'm going to be a Ciara fan. And like I said, looking at how far she's come and really have seen her grow, and she really to me is like the epitome of badass, because when we look at Ciara's aesthetic, her appeal, the way how Ciara's her stage presence, it's like she's a dancing machine. It's like pretty much a dancing machine, and I can't even do half these fucking moves she be doing. Okay, she be fucking like, she be dogging that fucking stage out. She be like setting that stage on fire, and I've witnessed it with my eyes, because she pretty much like when she hops on that stage, she even says so herself, when I hit the stage, I'm a black bag that bitch. And I'm like, oh, okay, you talking shit. I could never do that. I really could not. And really for her, it's like she really, to me, it's kind of like looking at her, and it was almost like, wow, you know, to see her be that like entertainer and have like that high level of like, you know, her dancing abilities and her stage presence, and then her influences. And I know there's other artists that Ciara, like I said, have slight influences from like Prince, different other artists as well. But it's like looking at her, it's like, wow, you know, for a very long time people have underestimated Ciara's, you know, ability to have that star power and to have that star ability to like captivate, you know, her audience, her fans. But Ciara had already been a star. Ciara, when she came out at a time when music was really different, you know, and even like the crunk and B era, she came out where crunk and B and R&B and hip hop was really buzzing. It was blowing up. We had like Usher, you know, he was tapped into the crunk scene with that hit song Yeah with Lil Jon. And then that's when Ciara came out with Goodies featuring P. Pablo and Lil Jon. You know, like I said, you hear like the instrumentation of like the crunk and B lane. And I also think that, you know, even though for Ciara was titled what, the Princess of Crunk and B, but then Ciara, in her opinion, and I'm not disrespecting Ciara, but she said she appreciated that title, but She felt like it was, she just felt like she didn't want to just be labeled that. She wanted to do more. She wanted to be more than just the title of Princess of Crump B. So like I said, it's like with her, she really at that time in her career where it was really soaring high, because like I said, she had a lot of like collaborations with like Bow Wow, Missy Elliott, Nelly, you know, Enrique Iglesias. I can't pronounce that man's name, I'm sorry if I butchered it up, but she really like collaborated with a lot of other artists like Justin Timberlake, just a lot of like different artists, and Ludacris. I remember. Yeah, my Ciara knowledge is really on point, because I know, because I, like I said, I'm a fan. But my thing is that ties into my point where Ciara pretty much has been like her own artist for all of these years. You know, we look at Ciara now, and even looking at her back then when I was like a little girl, you know, I saw Ciara just being like that artist that I've always have wanted to support. I've always have loved her music. I just loved how Ciara just was so different and so unique, and just had like she just had like that swag and like that appeal, you know, even that sexy appeal. You know, she was just natural at stuff. She was just natural at, and she was very like, the smoothness of her footwork, the way how she was like dancing, coordination, choreography, execution, you know, how she was just going off on the dance floor. And a lot of people, they have really have said Ciara is hands down one of the best dancers. And I know back in the day, you know, some people, like I said, have, you know, underestimated her being that entertainer. But like I said, regardless of what people say about Ciara, there's one thing you can't fucking say about Ciara, unless you just a fucking plain hater. And I understand these haters nowadays are some pathetic ass people, punk ass bitches, but it's one thing you can't say about Ciara. Ciara, when she hit that fucking stage, you already know. When she hit that fucking stage, you already fucking know. When she hit that stage, you know the words out of her mouth. And when I hit the stage, I'ma butt back that bitch. Period. Okay? When she go on that damn stage, it's you gonna see what you gonna see. And really, every single time when Ciara performs, a lot of people get excited. Even throughout the years, when Ciara like performs like her songs, a lot of people really, most likely, they get excited to see her perform, and they get excited like, oh my gosh, Ciara's gonna perform. Even me, you know, I'll be like, okay, yeah, my sister's about to perform and do what it do. But it's like Ciara not getting enough credit, which I have seen and I have witnessed from the Ciara fans. So let me hold on for a minute. Let me take a break. Pause about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So anyway, Ciara, when people, and I know the fans have been frustrated, you know, like I said, how when people don't credit Ciara enough, and they don't see a lot of people acknowledging her enough. And I understand from that perspective, because I feel the same way too. Because really with her, she basically like pretty much when it comes to like stage presence and, you know, just going off on a stage and have that stage presence and like that charisma and that free spirit and that high energy of dancing, even other people have said like Ciara, you know, she's underrated. She's like has influenced me to dance. Even some of the younger kids in the younger generation, like of dancers, it can be like underrated dancers, local dancers, you know, dancers coming up into the game, like dancers like choreography, and they have said, yo, Ciara inspires me to dance, because Ciara, of course, she can dance her ass off, you know. And Ciara pretty much, when it comes to like dancing and being able to like hit those, you know, choreography notes and just hit those like moves, it's like she pretty much have been like cited as one of the best dancers. And like I said, I know that people gonna have their different opinions. Listen, I'm not here to make you or force you to like Ciara or whatever. I'm telling y'all because I know. I'm aware of trolls and I understand and I'll be prepared. But what I'm saying is that as a fan, speaking as a Ciara fan, I have witnessed her grow. And regardless of what people have tried to say, that she wouldn't really have that much impact, because I do see people saying like, yo, Ciara, she don't get enough credit, you know, she's one like of the becoming, you know, have been the female black, you know, artist and female dancing since Michael and Janet. And even as a Ciara fan, I was like, man, I just want Ciara to just be Ciara. I want Ciara to be the next Ciara. And I've always have wanted Ciara to just be herself and not be afraid to push barriers in her music, not be afraid to take risks with her music. And I find it very sad that, like I said, just looking at her stage presence, and she just has so much of like that execution and that charisma, where I've seen many other entertainers and music, they have really, I could tell, her influence is there. And I also have seen like how they even say, yo, Ciara's been bad, she's been doing her thing, she's been just doing her thing as far as like making sure like she, has her own lane of music. And I have seen like other artists have said, yo, Ciara, she's incredible, she's like one of like the real genuine artists that we have. And I've seen that, and they do appreciate Ciara out of respect. That's why I have, out of respect for your peers and colleagues, it's great to see people that do the same field of work that you do without any hating and without any spitefulness, which that's another video that, when I see Ciara, I've seen Ciara as being Ciara. I've seen people really, like I said, say like, why Ciara don't get enough credit? Why is Ciara that underrated? Well, I gotta be very honest, and it is what it is. Ciara pretty much, like I said, because Ciara pretty much is not gonna please everybody, and that's just the reality. I mean, it's just the reality. Ciara's not gonna please everybody, and I think that by me being a Ciara fan, she was always, to me, like pretty much one of the best in her generation. She was always trying to be her, and I think that a lot of other, like I said, when it comes to female artists, being able to coexist, fans gonna pit them against each other, the ignorance and all that, but I say it's room for everybody. And Ciara have always, been Ciara. Ciara never ever wanted to be nobody but her. And I think that what's really sad is that I even see these up and coming female artists, entertainers, and dancers, singing and dancing, and they're no different from Ciara. And listen, I support Ciara, and I support any other talented artists coming up in the game. And as a Ciara fan, I have always loved music, and just like I'm a fan of other artists and I support them equally, even with Ciara, they're no different. I mean, there's room for them, but I see how up and coming female artists and up and coming female dancers and entertainers, they're getting themselves out there, they're getting opportunities. So as a Ciara fan, I'm not mad, I'm not, spiteful, I'm not, spewing, ignorance. I'm talking about me. Capitalization letters. I'm just talking about me. M-E. So I don't want to, like I said, once people see this video, I'm prepared. Because I'm being fair. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to see everybody's perspectives. And I respect you guys' opinions. But what I'm saying is that that's just how it is. Ciara pretty much is a huge influential, like, person for, like, entertainment and dancing and singing. Because I do see, influences here and there, but it's room for everybody, and I just want people to be themselves and have their own identity. So that is that. And even for me, watching Ciara dance, it's like Ciara basically, her aesthetic, the way her movement of dancing, she brings it to life. It's art, it's body movement. It's like the way how Ciara pretty much presents herself as a female entertainer in music, and her stage presence is really, like I said, I think Ciara's stage presence throughout the years has gotten better. And I do critique Ciara. I do use constructive criticism. I do say, okay, Ciara, I would like to see Ciara do more of this kind of music, and I would like to see Ciara switch up her choreography. But overall, as a dancer, Ciara is so versatile. Like, even records that are up-tempo, mid-tempo, low-tempo, whatever kind of record she is doing, she will incorporate it to her dancing. She will incorporate it to her moves and her choreography. And really, her choreography, to be honest, she's worked with like Jamaica Craft, who've been her choreographer since day one. Okay, they still like cool with each other, and it's like with her, she have always been like, to me, a perfect example of like an artist that is willing to grow. It's really to explore their horizons in music and not afraid to test the waters in music. And that's why I think that some Ciara fans I know they've been, frustrated and seeing how like Ciara hasn't gotten a lot of like that much of that appreciation and that love. But at the same time, as Ciara fans, we gotta stay humble. We gotta ride out for our girl, because Ciara, like I said, Ciara has always been Ciara, and Ciara will always get support. And as a Ciara fan, I just think that, it's kind of funny to me, because sometimes I feel like I want to drag some of these haters, but it's not even worth it. I can care less what they say about Ciara. Really, like I said, Ciara pretty much have always been, her own artist, her own identity. And like I said, watching her grow is a beautiful thing. Watching her grow and evolve as an artist, and seeing how, regardless of the odds against her, she still pushed through. She still pushed through. It's like, regardless of what people have said about Ciara, she kept pushing. That's why I love Ciara so much. And also, she encourages people to never give up on their dreams, to keep going, to, believe in yourself. And Ciara, she'll always get my support. I love Ciara, period. So that is that. Yeah, and it's like, seeing that this year, Ciara have released her 7th studio album, Beauty Marks, which to me, like I said, I did an album review on that album. I think that this album to me is one of her personal and cohesive bodies of work, because as I, look back in her music catalog of her other albums, I saw how Ciara pretty much, like, on this album, Beauty Marks, it's just a reflection of her life and her diary of her life. So that's why it's really cool. Like I said, this episode, The Artist Diaries of Ciara, it's like she, really has grown into her own artist. She has blossomed into a beautiful woman. She has really, like I said, throughout all the ups and downs of her music career, she really have really taken control of her music career, her life, and her family. So that's why with Ciara, it's like, hey, I gotta be honest, I'm a proud Ciara fan. I am a proud Ciara fan. I'm not ungrateful, because listen, if I would have been like, yo, I'm not supporting this woman no more, it would have been that. And then y'all wouldn't even get this video anyway. So it's like, with me just reflecting back on her as an artist and being a fan, I've always have said I'm a fan forever, and Ciara will always be one of my favorite artists regardless of the negativity. So yeah. And also just looking at her, as a, entertainer, people, unfortunately, she will not get like from some people, she will not get credit where it's due. But hey, it's all good. I'm not pressed, because I can care less. But I have seen how Ciara pretty much say, you know what, regardless of what people think about me, regardless of what people have said about me, I'm still going to do my thing. I'm still going to be that Ciara. I'm still going to be that chick. I'm still going to be Ciara. And there's not another me but Ciara. And to look at her and to see how she's come far in her life, she's an inspiration to me to never give up, to push and move forward, and to make sure that, don't let nobody tear me down. Don't let nobody get, all whatever. Because like I said, Ciara got haters, and they're really pathetic, and yes, they are pathetic. Because this doesn't make any sense. And even when I was little, I was like, why are people hating on her? But it was just so sad to see like this talented artist, and she's not even problematic, and I know it's more of them, but people have always tried, for some reason, it's kind of like people really pretty much, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, the way how she gets hated on sometimes is so pathetic, to the point like, listen, if you don't like Ciara, you don't like her music, it's okay. You ain't gotta be hating on her to make yourself feel better. She's living her best life. She's, living her dreams. She's inspiring people to do the same thing. And really, as a Ciara fan, it really humbled me to be like, you know what, don't even worry about it. Don't even get all riled up and get dizzy, because I am not going to do it. But I understand that as Ciara, like I said, having that longevity, it made her more stronger. It made her more resilient, have tough skin, build like that confidence and that badass. Like, you know what, people gonna say something about me. It's whatever. I'm still making my music. I'm taking care of my family. I got a beautiful husband and 2 beautiful children, so I'm good. Hey, I can't be mad at the bitch. Hey, I can't be mad at her. Really, as a Ciara fan, I can't be mad at her. Okay? Do you, sis? Okay? Alright. That's a little rant. So, conclusions and the ending discussion of I'm wrapping up the my artist diaries of Ciara, I will have to say this. Ciara, if you see this video, just know that I've been there for you, Ciara. And if you see this video, Ciara fans, if you guys see it, I appreciate it. You don't have to, but I would love for Ciara to see this video. And my Twitter name is @foreverbrandy_C. And if you see this video, Ciara fans, watch it, check it out. Let me know how you guys feel down below. Let Ciara know. Hey, let her know. I am one of those fans. I am one of those ride or die fans. I've seen it all. But let her know that I love her. And like I said, she's a human being. I don't know her, but I've been there for her. And that's all I got to say. So basically, Ciara, we appreciate you for your music. You keep doing what it do. You keep being the Ciara that you've always been, your destiny, your dreams. You made it happen for you. You have leveled up, Ciara. And I appreciate you as a fan. And that's all I got to say. Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up. But I just have to say closing remarks. Like I said, I just think that Ciara, you know, she'll always be talented. She'll always be, you know, one of the best. And I've always have wanted Ciara to make the music that she wants to make, and the music that really reflects on her life. I support her, and I'm so glad to be a part of her journey as a fan since day one. And I want her to have success. I continue to support her, and I wish her to have success, and I want her to continue to thrive and be happy. You know, she is successful. I want her to get, you know, more success, and I'm a proud fan. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. So yeah, guys, it's been a very rant. It's been a very good rant. I'm turning to the Super Saiyan here and there, but hey, what can you say? Your girl gotta keep pushing through, making these videos. And you know, one thing I can say about being a fan of someone that I grew up with, and as an artist that really did the damn thing in music, and I just want her to keep being her and just don't be afraid to push the barriers in music. Because like I said, Ciara, regardless of what people have said about Ciara, regardless of, like, you know, her haters, her naysayers, Ciara, we know who Ciara is. The fans know who she is. So yeah, guys, yeah, that's all I gotta say. So guys, what do you guys think about the Artist Diaries? I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Share your comments and your opinions down below. I'm all ears. I'm listening. And like I said, don't be afraid to, you know, have your opinions and your thoughts. And let me tell y'all something. You know, I'm getting pretty much like used to this YouTube thing. And like I said, I'm not here to dictate anybody how to think. I want you guys to be yourselves. I don't want you guys to feel like you have your opinion. Don't be afraid to say it, and we'll have a conversation. So I love interacting with my followers. I love interacting with my subscribers, my viewers. So yeah, guys, yeah, Ciara, if you see this video, hit me up on Twitter @foreverbrandy_C. So yeah, Ciara, you already know. Alright, shout out to C Squad. You know, check this video out. Tell me your thoughts and tell me your opinions below. So don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to hit that notification bell. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. And as always, your girl is about to exit out. Stay tuned on the next episode of Gifted Since '92 Dragon Ball Z Narrator Reference. Peace. Bye bye.